People with 3-minute enthusiasm aren't actually lazy. They get excited, buy notebooks, make plans, stay up late searching for tutorials, and have made countless resolutions. But they always start strong and finish weak. 3 days of passion, 5 days of discouragement, 7 days, and it's abandoned. It's not that they don't want to improve, but rather that they're too easily led by short-term emotions. When excitement hits, they rush in. When the feeling fades, they drop everything. The problem isn't a lack of effort. It's that from the very beginning, they've misunderstood what effort really means. Those who truly go far never rely on bursts of passion to fuel them. They understand that getting through the dull, uneventful periods with patience is the rarest ability of all. The people who seem quiet, unceremonious, without making a show of things, are often the ones accumulating astonishing results day by day. At the core of 3-minute enthusiasm is a constant chase for the illusion of accomplishment, not the reality of quietly focusing on one thing and seeing it through. And breaking this illusion doesn't come from motivational hype, but from having top-tier endurance and patience. 1. People with fleeting enthusiasm live in the trap of instant feedback. Have you ever experienced this? You make a new plan, excitedly follow it the first day, start procrastinating by the third, and give up by the fifth. You buy a ton of learning materials, spend several days organizing, planning, and installing software, but when it's time to actually start, you lose motivation. When your work stalls, you switch to watching short videos, clearing out emails, tidying your desktop, feeling briefly productive, and then fall back into anxiety. It looks like you're working hard, but you're actually stuck in a loop of self-satisfaction. This is classic instant feedback addiction. You're too dependent on those signals that feel good. You make a fancy to-do list and feel like you've improved today. You watch an online class, even without practicing, and feel like you've learned something. You scroll through half an hour of inspirational short videos and convince yourself, I've got this. None of these things are necessarily wrong, but they aren't real progress. You think you're running forward, but you're actually spinning in place. Real progress is often uncomfortable, numb, and sometimes downright boring. It doesn't come with likes, like a short video, doesn't give you a score like a test, doesn't deliver instant gratification like journaling. It takes time, repetition, refinement, and you might not see visible results for weeks. People with fleeting enthusiasm give up the moment they don't get feedback. They never give growth a chance to take root. 2. Ineffective hard work hides the fear of not being able to endure. Looking busy on the outside, but avoiding real issues underneath. This is a common state for people who only have short bursts of motivation. They keep chasing new methods instead of sticking to and solving an old, stubborn problem. They love preparing, researching, and planning, but avoid the boredom of real execution. They watch motivational videos and get fired up, but when it's time to act, they get distracted, exhausted, or give up. Why? Because deep work is painful, progress is slow, there's little immediate sense of accomplishment, and feedback takes time. In other words, you have to endure a phase where you can't see any hope. Most people simply can't handle this blind spot. When they don't see results, they get anxious. Without validation, they start doubting themselves. Without short-term rewards, they feel like they've chosen the wrong path. So, they numb themselves with surface-level busyness. It's not that they're lazy, they're just terrified of feeling powerless. They work hard at appearing to work hard, but never dare to truly settle into the grind, because it's too uncomfortable. And only those who can bear the effort, no one notices, the phases without recognition, and the uncertain days ahead. Those are the truly formidable people. 3. Endurance is about turning uncomfortable phases into value zones. We often think that top-tier endurance means being able to grit your teeth through pain. That's wrong. True endurance is about becoming numb to boredom and discomfort. What does that mean? A serious runner no longer feels that running is painful. It's just routine. A real writer doesn't wait for inspiration. They sit down and write every day. A true master long ago made persistence a habit that requires no motivation. The key to endurance is turning the period you most want to escape into the rhythm rely on most consistently to, not because they don't get tired, but because they've desensitized themselves to the feeling of exhaustion. Not because they don't get anxious, but because they don't treat anxiety as a signal, just background noise. Look closely. Those who work steadily and consistently over the long term, say, I have to push myself today. They just assume today's task is what must be done. No ceremony, no emotional roller coaster, just action. They don't quit because they don't feel immediate results, and they don't change direction just because no one's watching. The only question in their mind is, what step do I need to finish today? That's clarity, maturity, and more importantly, the ultimate mode of personal growth. People with fleeting enthusiasm don't lose because of their ability. They lose because they can't wait. Those with top-tier endurance don't win because of talent. They win because they can endure.